Joining me here in our New York City studios, two Joes. We've got Joseph Marrone, Joseph Tamburino with us, and coming back, to the New York area. I grew up with friends, Joe Zani, Joe Forgione, Joey Santomo, so I'm at home here today. So let's talk about Dr. Barbara Ziff. From my perspective, absolutely crucial to both sides. I mean, from the prosecution to explain things, but for the defense, they've got to attack her somehow. How do they do that?
Listen, Dr. Ziv is a very credible forensic psychologist, and she's going to give justification for the actions of the victims of post the assault. She's going to give reasons why they acted the way they did so the jury can justify it if they want to. It's going to be up to the defense to undercut her and cut into her credibility.
But can you? I mean, this is her life's work. She's spoken to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of victims. She knows what they do, why they do it. How do you attack an expert like that, or can you?
Well, you can't attack her credentials. I mean, there's, like Joe said, absolutely, she's one of the best in her field. But you could attack other things, which is she's never interviewed any of these women. She's never psychologically analyzed them. She's a forensic psychologist, but she did no studies with these women. Plus, you can also get her to say, look, what you're saying, okay, that can happen, but it doesn't always happen. And you can point out the times where it doesn't. People could act where they get sexually assaulted and report it immediately. So there's two sides to that.
But the entire defense case is predicated upon the fact, because Harvey Weinstein's not going to testify. He's not going to give his version. That's not going to happen. Harvey Weinstein's not testifying. Never. So the entire defense is predicated upon what these accusers did after they were attacked. And that's what this witness is here to talk about. And from my perspective, it seems like there's never a burden on the defense. I understand that. But in a sense, there is, because you've got credible accusers like Annabelle Sciorra telling their story in front of this jury. And you've got a credible, as you said, accomplished expert explaining actions. And it seems like the defense has to do something.
Well, there's a question between post-assault behavior, meaning how they acted, meaning they were reclusive. They would still continue to interact with the alleged defendant, versus the conversations in the emails that are saying, hey, I miss you. I just show that it's not the way you're acting. The defense wants to show, hey, that doesn't matter. They had a great relationship. They continued it. It has nothing to do with what Dr. Ziv is saying. And that's going to be the fight between prosecution and defense throughout this case in a very tedious way.
Well, does the defense have to come up with a reason why 6 women would come into court and commit perjury, which is a crime, and lie under oath about Harvey Weinstein?
Yes, because they don't have a burden, but they do have to give some type of an explanation, I think. And one of the explanations is going to be this. Look, this was a pay-to-play type of system. These were adults. We're not talking about kids. We're not talking about children where they would have to, say, live with their assaulter, like in family situations. But Harvey pretty much made it known throughout the business he's a pay-to-play guy. And if you do business with him sexually, you will advance. And if you don't, he retaliates. So that's what they're going to have to focus on. It's almost like it's quid pro quo.
Yeah, that's but with Annabelle Sciorra, there was nothing in it for her to come into that courtroom. Nothing other than to do what she did, which was stand up and face the man who raped her and point him out and be in a position to take back her power. Other than that, I mean, she's an accomplished actress. She is still getting parts. I watched her in a movie on the flight up here from Court TV headquarters. There she was, right in a movie, still working, still in Hollywood. So, I mean, from my perspective, Julie, Annabelle Sciorra, I mean, that's the only accuser that's testified so far. Right. But for the defense to try to attack her, in a sense, is going to be, from my perspective, difficult, because what's the reason?